Hello and welcome back everybody to a new live stream. So it is Thursday the 11th of July, and of course today we are going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We are going to take a look at what is going on. We are going to take a look at what I have been doing, of course, and of course what I'm looking for in the near to mid to long term future as well. So of course, if that all sounds interesting, then please make sure that you smash that thumbs up button, and of course, if you are new, subscribe to the channel as well and turn that bell notification on so that you never ever miss another live stream, because sometimes I am taking trades live on stream as well when the opportunities present themselves to us. So again, make sure that you do subscribe if you do want to see that. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts. Let's see what is going on. Let's talk about some of the trades that I am in at the moment, because I am in two trades at this moment in time. One on this account here, which is more of my main account, and then I have one on a smaller account of mine, which I actually took this morning. So let's jump into that. Let's talk about what's going on, of course, make sure you smash that thumbs up button before we get started. But enough of that. Let's jump in, see what is going on. So I kind of want to start with the context, right? The context of where we are, and of course, right, we have taken out range low. Okay, we have taken out range low here, and we are seeing a rise from that range low. Now, this is a level, okay, that, first of all, I've been looking for quite some time now. I've been looking for this level because if you remember, that we have been actually looking at this bearish Elliott wave count here, right? So we were looking at this bearish Elliott wave count all the way back here when I took the long trade, okay, and we were looking for this rise, a possible wave 4, okay, which did form here, and then from there we were looking for this wave 5 to be completed, right? So we've actually been anticipating this price, okay, ever since we've been anticipating this price ever since we took the long trade from the 2nd of May. Okay, we've been anticipating this. We've been looking for this. And as you can see, we have very much taken out that low right there, completed wave 5, and what we have been actually looking for now is an ABC correction. Okay, an ABC correction, and that's kind of the basis of the long that we've taken as well, right? Of course, we formed the failed auction of the range low, which kind of gave me that confidence, right? If we were actually looking at on the 8-hour, right? But yeah, it's the same context on the 12-hour, okay? But we formed that failed auction, and we have actually seen a rise off of this. Now, for this trade, I haven't actually entered into the trade with like the usual size, because for any regular watchers of this channel, you will know, okay, that the context of this long trade here, okay, is actually quite different to the context of the long trade that we had back here, because the long trade that we had all the way back here, there was extreme fear in the market, right? We had lots of shorts that were opening up at the low. Okay, everybody was getting extremely fearful here. Price then formed that failed auction of the range low, right? Forming that, bullish kind of reaction that we wanted to see. We entered into the long and we took advantage of all of this rise towards the upside. Okay, now the context again is a little bit different here because we weren't getting the aggressive shorts at the low, right? Mainly what we were seeing were lots and lots, and I mean like millions, okay, almost 100 million long trades were getting stopped out on this move down. Okay, and from there we had no new shorts coming in, right? So no new shorts, meaning that the only way price can rise is if new long trades come in. Okay, new trades come in, and initially that's kind of what's been driving the price up. But yeah, we didn't have the shorts opening up down here, meaning, right, that we can't expect a short squeeze, right, at this moment in time. We can expect a short squeeze once we get up to, I'd say like 60K. That's when we do have quite a lot of shorts coming in up here. So once we get up there, yes, right, okay, then we can be looking for that short squeeze for higher prices. But at this moment in time, the only way that we can see price coming up to 60K, right, is new long trades coming in, where from there, we can then anticipate a short squeeze for higher prices, right? So initially, okay, like I showed at the start, right, this is the long trade that I am currently in. And I mean, earlier today, it was in much, much more profit. Okay, if we take a look at the Visionary Discord, I was updating the team. Here, I was saying, what did I say this morning? So I said, this afternoon, sorry. I said, this is the move that we have been looking for today because in the daily market update that I do for the team every single morning. So this was the daily market update from this morning. I was actually looking for this rise up here. And as you can see here, I was anticipating actually a pullback. Okay. And this was the short setup that I gave in the daily market update this morning. Okay. But I was anticipating this rise up. And the reason why I was anticipating this rise up is because, first of all, we had a PDV setup, right? A previous day value setup, where we had the open, okay, the daily open, okay, below the previous day area low, right? And after getting it accepted into the previous day value area low, we can actually anticipate higher prices and we can actually be looking for previous day value area high, right? But not only that, okay, we actually had bullish CVD coming in this morning as well. So yeah, for me, I was actually anticipating this rise up to the previous day value area high. Where there, of course, right, again, in the daily market update this morning, I was telling the team, right, this is possibly a good shorting opportunity. So I said to the team, if we come up, we take out the high, okay, the previous day high, okay, in confluence with the previous day value area high, and then we form that failed auction or swing failure pattern of the level, okay, we can actually be looking for a short trade and we can actually be targeting lower prices there, where I said to the team, I will be taking profits on the way down. The first TP point was kind of here at 58,133, is that? Yeah, 68,133. Okay, so that's initially what we saw, right? So of course, still in that long trade, but that's like the medium to long term trade. Okay, but this was just more of a day trade that I was looking at this morning, and as you can see, we formed exactly what I was what I was kind of looking for here. So that's what is this? Yeah, that is not what I want. This one here, no, that's not it. Okay, for some reason, it has disappeared. Okay, so the analysis that I was looking at this morning has disappeared for some reason. But okay, anyway, so we were looking for this rise up. Okay, we were looking to take out that previous day high with the previous day value area high for that swing failure pattern. Okay, and then I said, I will be looking to take that short if we do form that. Okay, and that's exactly what has happened, right? What did we do? Okay, we took out that high there with that swing failure pattern. Okay, short entry. Okay, could have been from here. I did actually enter in a little bit higher. Okay, because I was looking at the lower time frames on this, okay, and so yeah, I was actually looking at this 5 minute here, okay, and I actually entered around this level here. We can actually see where my exact entry was because I put it in here. So yeah, 58,900, okay, yeah, so just a little bit lower than that there, okay, but initially I entered into this short trade, and yeah, we have actually seen price pull back from that point, right? This is kind of what I was looking for this morning. This is what I was telling the team that I was looking for this morning, okay, because we were also trading within this ascending parallel channel as well, right? We were also trading within this ascending parallel channel. And what I was talking about, let's just draw out this ascending parallel channel quickly. Because what I was actually talking through with the team this morning is that, we've actually seen this before. Okay. We have actually seen this before. And when did we see this, right? Well, we actually saw this happen right here. Okay. Well, we kind of had the same thing, right? We had this ascending parallel channel forming right here. Okay, with the series of higher lows and then higher highs. Okay, and what happened, right? Price formed this very slight swing failure pattern of the high up here. Okay, you can see we formed this very slight swing failure pattern of the high up here. Okay, and then we saw price come back down to the range low, okay, of this ascending parallel channel. And then from there, we actually broke towards the downside, retested it, rejected, and then we saw lower prices from there. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm kind of viewing this moment in time, right? This is kind of what I was viewing, right? Okay, we have the same thing. We have these series of higher lows, we have these series of higher highs. Okay, if we are to actually take out this this high here with the swing value pattern, we could actually be looking for price to come down, okay, or to the mid range. Of course, that's where where I'm always looking for like a TP1, and then possibly then to the range low where we can look for another TP. And then of course, what I like to do is I like to leave a little bit left in the trade just in case we do see further downside, right? If we do see further downside, right? So I'm now in a short. I am now prepared to if we see any further downside, right, I am now prepared. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for this morning, right? This swing failure pattern of this high or failed auction, whatever it may be, and then we can get this move down. Okay, this is what I was talking through with the team in the daily market update. Okay, and you can see this is exactly what is now playing out in the charts. Okay, so yeah, for me right now, it's just like it's just a little bit of patience now. Okay, I've got the setup that I wanted. Okay, we are now seeing the price pull back, and I have actually moved my stop loss to entry. So as you can see here, I've taken a TP on the short, moved the stop loss to entry. Okay, so it is now a risk-free trade for myself. This short trade is it's a risk-free trade. Okay, so this is a really, really nice position to be in. And I mean, yeah, right now I still don't have a clear understanding of where price is going to go. Okay, I can admit that I don't have a clear understanding on where price is going to go, but I can, I can very easily, okay, take trades off of the trade entries that present themselves to me, right? I've been showing this short entry up here, okay, again, which I was talking to the team this morning in the daily market update about. Okay, if we form a swing value pattern, I'm looking to take that short trade. And yeah, initially that is exactly what we saw happen. Okay, and now from here is either do we see price start to rise? Okay, take out, stop out my short trade at entry. Okay, we've taken TP1, move the stop loss to entry. Okay, and then do we see higher prices? Okay, for this long trade, right? Remember, we're still in this long trade, right? So if we do see higher prices, I am happy to continue to see price keep going up because I can be taking advantage of that as well, right? But if we do start to see price pull back, okay, we get stopped out of the long trade, right? Now I can actually take advantage of any further downside, right? So I'm in a really good position at this moment in time, okay, to profit off of either direction, okay? I can profit off of either direction because right now I don't have a clear understanding on where price is going to go, right? If we zoom out again, okay, and we take a look at the previous long trade that we took from range low here, right here, I had more of a more of a clear indication on where price was going to go, okay, because we had lots of trap shorts at the low, right? So for me, there was only one real direction that price could go, and that was up, right? But again, like I was talking about at the start, right? The context is very different here. Right, the context is very different here. We don't have that confidence that price is going to go in one direction, okay, i.e. up, because we don't have the trapped shorts at the low. All right. If we start to come up to like, if we get above like 60,000, 61,000, yes, okay, then I'm happy to say, okay, there's probably only one direction price is going to go. Okay, most likely one direction price is going to go, and that is up, because then we start to trap the short traders from here, because there were a lot of trap shorts that came in at this level here. So if we can get up there, okay, then I will be more confident in this long trade, okay, I'm more confident in higher prices. But at this moment in time, price is just very uncertain. It's a little bit harder to trade this price action, okay, but again, we can still profit off of this price action, okay. Again, I'm in I've taken this short trade, this afternoon. Okay, that has been, really profitable. Okay, and then of course, I've been in this short trade, in this long trade as well. So I've now positioned myself in such a way to profit off of either direction. Okay, because I don't understand at this moment in time where price is going to go. Okay, I still don't understand where price is going to go, because the context is hard to understand. Right, it's a little bit hard to understand the context here, because again, we don't have lots of shorts at the low. If we had lots of shorts at the low, I'd be confident that price would rise. Okay, I would be confident that price would rise. Okay, and if we didn't form the failed auction here, okay, and we had lots of shorts coming in at the low, then I would be more confident that price is going to go lower. Okay, but we didn't see that either. Right, let's say we had no shorts at the low. Okay, and we didn't form the failed auction. Right, it was a bit premature. Okay, then I would be remaining patient. Okay, I wouldn't be looking to short that. I would be remaining patient and waiting for the failed auction. Okay, but initially, right, we got the failed auction. I entered into the long trade, and now we can be looking for higher prices. Locally, yes, I'm in that short trade. Okay, and we could possibly see the short trade actually turn into more of a swing short trade, right? Because remember, we're looking at consecutive, right, continuous lower highs, and this is just looking like a possible another lower high. We have the same with the lower lows, right? We just have consecutive lower lows, lower low after lower low after lower low after lower low, right? So we could actually see this market structure continue, right, with this short trade I've now entered, and we could actually see lower prices from here. Okay, and of course, we do have a target towards the downside, right? If we do lose this range low, okay, we do have a target at $51,700. Okay, I am still looking as that. I'm still looking at that as a target. Okay, so I mean, it's just again, remaining patient. Okay, and waiting for that setup, waiting for price to to do that. Okay, that's all what is required of myself right now. Just remaining patient. Okay, all I need to do is remain patient and wait for price to do its thing, because now I'm in a short trade, okay, which is at this moment in time in a profit. I'm also in a long trade that is in a profit. Okay, so all it requires now is to just remain patient, wait for price to do its thing. Okay, and then we can profit off of wherever the price goes. Okay, because we either get stopped out of the long, right, the short pays us, okay, or we get stopped out of the short and then the long pays us. Okay, so that's currently what I am doing at this moment in time. I am currently a little bit more long on the market than I am short, just because I have taken a TP1 on the short trade and I haven't taken a TP1 on the long trade, so I am a little bit more long on the market. But for me, that's not something. That's not something to be worried about whatsoever. Okay, not something to be worried about whatsoever. The bigger market context is, we kind of should be looking for like $65,000, right? That's the bigger market context, okay, in my eyes, right? But then we also have to remember, okay, we are in this bearish market structure. Okay, we are still in this bearish market structure on the broader time frame, but also locally as well, right? Locally, we are in bearish market structure. So there is still a possibility that price goes lower. I don't know where price is going to go. Okay, I don't know where price is going to go. I don't have a highest probability move, right? Whereas back here, the highest probability move was actually down because we had lots of trap longs at the high. Again, same same story here. Okay, same story from here as well. And yeah, the same story as well from here, but in the vice versa, right? We had a clear, identifiable direction on price because we had we had millions and millions of trapped traders. Here, we don't have that. Okay, so the context is a little bit different. The context is a little bit harder to read. Okay, we don't have a clear, direction on price, right? So it's kind of a little bit harder to understand where price is actually going to go. Okay, but again, we just trade what the charts are telling us. Okay, and it can give us a good indication on where price can go in the short term, and we can take advantage of that. Exactly like I've taken advantage of this short trade that I was looking at this morning. And I mean, we weren't just looking at this short trade this morning. We were looking at this short trade for the past. Yeah, we were looking at this the other day as well. We were looking at something similar, okay, for a short trade from the exact same level. It was like a fake out of the triangle pattern we were looking at. So it was, yeah, so we were looking at some sort of triangle pattern here, from what I can remember. So we were previously looking at this as like some sort of triangle pattern. We were looking for the fake out of it here. We were looking for the short. And I mean, if we took the short from there, okay, it would have still been, a nice profitable short. Okay, of course, you want to be looking to take profit on the way down. But then, we've come for one last sweep of the high, right? And then this is the short that I've actually taken. Okay, this is a short again, right, that I gave in the daily market update this morning, right? This is exactly what we were looking for. I've taken the short. Okay, I've now taken a TP1, moved the stop loss to entry. So yeah, it is now a risk-free trade. But yeah, for me, okay, it's just, yeah, patience now. Patience, right? We've got to remain patient, okay? I do still feel that more downside is possible, okay? I do still feel that, mainly because we do have, some confluence of with what's happened in the past, right? So we've had, this huge bull market in 2020 and 2021. Price then started to pull back, right? Well, I've spoken a lot about this in the previous live streams, okay? But we saw this big pullback in Bitcoin, okay? And everyone, was scared. Everyone got shaken out of the markets. All the longs got shaken out of the markets. Everybody got very fearful down here. But at the same time, we were seeing the stock market continue to rally whilst Bitcoin was pulling back, right? And we're seeing the exact same thing now, okay? And then after that Bitcoin pullback, we saw the stock market continue to make new all-time highs, okay, and continue to rise, right? And Bitcoin then finally followed, okay, and then made another new all-time high. Okay, and we're seeing the same thing now, where Bitcoin's had this huge rally. Stock market has had this huge rally, all-time high after all-time high after all-time high, right? We're now getting this big pullback, but what's the stock market doing? Well, the stock market is continuing to rise. Okay, so if we continue to move lower, okay, and like we've been talking about in the previous live streams, I think like $43,000 is like a valid bottom for this. Okay, so if the stock market continues to rise whilst Bitcoin pulls back to, let's say, $43,000, I would still anticipate a new all-time high as long as that stock market is continuing to rise. Okay, so yeah, for me, this pullback is not bearish whatsoever. Okay, this pullback is not bearish whatsoever. Yes, okay, we are pulling back, so technically we are looking bearish. Okay, but I think we're just shaking out all of those early longs where we can then get that next rise to all-time high, right? Again, as long as the stock market continues to rise, okay? As long as the stock market continues to rise. Now, I want to talk about Ethereum briefly. I do want to talk about Ethereum briefly. And has the long disappeared from here? It has. Okay, that's frustrating. Right, but I remember there was, I can't remember who it was. Sorry, but I can't remember who it was. But yeah, someone was asking me to look at Ethereum, and I said, on this reclaim of that anchored view app, could offer a nice long trade. And I mean, I didn't personally take the long trade myself, but we have seen, a nice rise off of that. After reclaiming that, we have seen a nice rise. So that initially would have been a good long trade. Personally, for me, I didn't take that long trade because, yeah, I was saying that to take that long trade, I would need to see Bitcoin show some like major sign of strength, and we just didn't have that. So yeah, I didn't take that long trade on Ethereum, but nevertheless, I did take the long trade on Bitcoin, as you know. So yeah, at this moment in time, like it is literally just remaining a little bit patient to see if we do get that continuation higher. Again, I am short as well now, so it's just like preparing. Like I'm prepared for both scenarios. Okay, because again, the context is just very different here. It's a little bit harder to predict where price is going to go, unlike back here when we had the trap shorts and there was kind of only one direction, which was up. Damien, good to see you back. 50-50 if Bitcoin is going to drop to 43K or go to 74K. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel right now. There's no like high probability move on price going up or price going down. Yeah, like I've been saying, if we had the shorts that we had back here, I would be saying, right, okay, I'm confident in price to rise here. I'm confident in price to come up to like mid range, but I can't say that, right? I can't say that we have that confidence. And I mean, sometimes in the markets we get periods like this where we just don't get what we want to see. Okay, we can't expect the market to give us things, right? We just trade what the markets are giving us. Okay, we can't expect the markets, we can't want the markets to give us certain things. We just have to trade what the markets are giving us. And right now, the markets aren't really giving us much. This price action here is very choppy. It's quite constricted. Okay, and this just signals uncertainty in the market, right? This just signals uncertainty in the market, right? The market is just trying to decide where it wants to go. So yeah, you've laid it out there perfectly, Damien. It is a bit of a 50-50, right? It's whoever wants to take control, right? At this moment in time, nor the longs or the shorts are really grasping control and choosing a direction. Okay, no one's choosing a direction at this moment in time. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit harder to determine where price is going to go. But yeah, it's just all we can do is just trade what the markets can give us. Okay, and yeah, like I said, right, this morning I was talking about this swing failure pattern of this high here. Okay, where we can look for that short trade. So yeah, that's the short trade that I've taken today. And yeah, I mean, sorry, this one here. So it has played out for us. Okay, but again, it's not a trade that is giving me some really, of course, I've made some nice profit on it, but it's not a trade that is giving me some really nice returns. Okay, because for those nice returns, we want to be looking again for the long trade here to take advantage of this, the short trade from here, right, to take advantage of that, the short trade from there to take advantage of that, right? These are the kind of the trades that I look for, right? I like to look for these big moves. I like to look for these big swing trades. That's my preferred like style of trading. Again, I do take these day trades every now and then, like today. I've taken this short trade, but it's not a trade that will give me the returns that I really want to see. Okay, this long trade here, right, was a long trade that I'm expecting to give me some really nice returns. Okay, but unfortunately, we haven't seen what I've really wanted to see down there, so I haven't entered into this trade with considerable size that I would usually trade with. I mean, yeah, if we take a look, right, we can take a look at the trade, right? The margin on the trade is $3,200. Normally I'll put like 7,000 into a swing trade, right? So I've halved what I put into this trade because again, the confidence just isn't there for me. Again, like Damien said, 50-50, right? It's a 50-50 on where price is going to go, really. So yeah, it's just we have to remain patient, right? Of course, we're going to see setups, right? We've seen a setup today. We've seen a setup back here on the 5th. I took it a little bit later. I took it on the 7th, I think, of July. Okay, we had a long setup from down here. We've had a short setup from here. So we do get the setups, okay? But I know and I understand the confidence in these trades are just lacking, okay? The confidence in the trades are lacking. You know, we can go back, for example, for that short trade there, which annoyingly I didn't take. You know, I didn't take that short trade. I did unfortunately miss it. I think, you know, I got distracted doing something. I was out or something, but I did miss that trade. But we can go back to that and you can see, right, that the confidence in that trade was there. Okay, the confidence in that trade was there because we started to see price pull back. And look at all the long trades that we had, right? We had 13 million long trades here. Then we had 30 million long trades here, right? So we had 43 million long trades at the high, plus the 4 million that we had here as well. So we had loads and loads of longs, but price was just failing to go higher. And then, you know, we go back a little bit further. We had 11 million down here. We had 4 million down here again. You know, so here there was strength, right? There was strong confidence for price to pull back. So yeah, unfortunately, we haven't seen that. Okay, with the long trade from here. So again, you know, it's just 50-50, right? The market is very uncertain at this moment in time. The market is very uncertain, and you know, this is like a you know, I consider this still like fear, but not obvious fear. Okay, it's fear in a manner that people are scared to enter into trades because they just don't know, right? They just don't know. You know, again, you know, here we had lots of shorts opening up. That was fear. Like that's clearly identifiable fear in the market. And you know, people there, okay, they knew what, you know, it may not have been the right decision. Okay, the majority of retail traders, okay, it wasn't the right decision. Okay, but at least they knew, okay, what they wanted to do. Okay, here, retail traders participate. We're not seeing retail traders know what they want to do. Okay, they didn't short the low. Okay, so you know, they didn't, you know, they were scared in a different manner. They were scared in a manner of such that they didn't want to enter into a trade because probably a lot of them got wrecked on this. Probably a lot of them got wrecked on this. Right, so they were probably very scared to enter into a trade. Damien, pull a fib from 64 to 53. I have a good short at the golden pocket. I'm waiting for the psychological 60k support resistance flip. 60k is a very, very big psychological level. Yes. So let's pull that. If we have a fib at that level, so 64. So I'm guessing you've probably taken it from this high to here. Yeah. Okay. And let's just see if we have, no, monthly's not there. Let's just see, because I know we had an anchored VWAP. Oh no, we're a little bit far from the anchored VWAP. So that would have been nice. If we had the anchored VWAP on that, that would have been lovely. Let's pull it from this high. No, that's not really what we want to see, really. But yeah, initially, okay, you've got a psychological level and you've got the GP786. Ideally for me, okay, and I can already say without looking at it, but I will look at it. I doubt we will get absorption into it, but it is. I will check it, but I highly doubt that we will get absorption into that level. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I looked at it this morning. I don't think that we'll get absorption into that level. I mean, it would be really nice if we could get absorption into that level. But yeah, it doesn't. You know, for me, like it doesn't have to have that absorption. I prefer to look for the absorption into like a GP point. But yeah, you don't have to have that absorption. Of course, we've got that big psychological level. And again, if you're looking at a trade from here, for me, right? For me, I would be looking to take, if we do get a harsh reaction, like bearish reaction off of it, say, you know, we enter like at the level or close to the level, I'd be looking at taking personally, I'd be looking at taking a profit like fairly quick on that trade, just because I don't see huge confluence at the level. If, you know, if we had absorption into the level, or if we have had like a VWAP into the level, you know, then okay, right, we've got lots and lots of confluence there. For me, we only have 2 bits of confluence there, and you know, as an aggressive trader, okay, if you're more of an aggressive trader, that's fine. 2 bits of confluence is fine. For me, I'm not like that super aggressive. I like to look for at least 3 bits of confluence before entering into a trade. So, yeah, for me, I personally wouldn't trade that. But yeah, I mean, if that's your plan, then of course you have to stick to that. Okay, I think I'm a strong believer in you have to do what you feel is right. Okay, you have to do what you think is right. You have to you have to do what you've planned to do, right? Because you are in this market for yourself. And yeah, if that's what you think is going to happen, and maybe you back tested it, maybe you've tested this a lot of the time. I understand that, I know, okay, as an experienced trader, that yeah, psychological levels, we do see reactions at those levels. Whether we come down into 60k or whether a perfect example was was here. Okay, perfect example. We came into 60k and we were literally just using that 60k as support, and we've got to bounce up, right? So if you're a super aggressive trader, you could have looked to actually taken a long trade from the 60k psychological hit, okay? But you would have had to again take profit pretty quickly. I always see like psychological levels. It's always a good idea to take profits pretty quickly. My long is just above break even at 55,500. Yeah, so yeah, again, mine's in a similar situation as well. So yeah, I've mine's kind of from mine's from a little bit higher. So you did get a better entry on me there. So mine's from like 56 700 ish. Yeah, 56 700. So yeah, again, just sat a little bit above that break even. Then I have a long from 55k, then a short from 60k, and I don't care hedge. I don't care hedge both ways. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I look for as well. I currently, yeah, I have closed all of my long trades from lower prices, but I did have a long from 41,000. I had a long from 51,000. And I had lots of long trades on the way up. Okay, but I had a big long trade from 51 and a big long trade from 51,000 as well. We can actually scroll up, and we can actually see if we can find those. But yeah, I have fully closed both of those. I don't currently have any long trades from like much lower prices. But yeah, the big short trade I had was from 41,000 because I saw so much strength at that level, like so much strength at the level. So I think we have to go way up here. It's a long time now. It's a long time since we were down at those levels. Yeah, so 40 here. This was the trade from 41. So yeah, 42,000 almost. Yeah, if we round it up, 42,000. So yeah, that was an absolutely amazing trade from 41. And then this one was the one from 50,000 here. So we had the long from 51,000 there as well. So if we go even further, here. So here was the long trade. I remember because my computer was getting fixed at that moment in time, and I was on a different computer. So there was the long from 41,000 there. That was a GP 786. We had absorption into the level. So yeah, that was the long trade that I took all the way down there at 41,000. Yeah, so we had bullish CVD there. Okay, because we had aggressive, like really aggressive shorts coming in there. However, price was staying in this bullish market structure. Okay, so for me, this was very bullish, right? I loaded up pretty heavily here because I understood, right, that this was very bullish. Okay, because we had reclaims like $35,000, which I wanted to see. And then yeah, where was this? Where was this long from 51k? There was a short trade. Here was the long from, oh, that was the long from 41. So maybe I took two longs from 41, and then we had 51, and then there was 50, there was long setup for me, failed auction of the range low. Yeah, so that was the long from 51,000. Yeah, and then I actually took a short after that as well. And then was there another long trade? No. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, those long trades that I've 0.786 is so underestimated, such an underestimated level. Exactly. Yeah, it's such a, yeah. I don't think I love that 786, right? Because I mean, the main reason why I look at that 786, other than just the GP, because to be perfectly honest with you, like let's just go back to this long trade here for an example. Okay, what I've realized over the years, okay, is that here, okay, what I realized, and in this case, right, maybe if we go into a lower time frame, yeah, okay, here, so in this case, right, we lost the GP, okay, and I mean, like a few years ago, we wouldn't have seen price break. If we had strength, of course, we wouldn't have seen price break below the GP, right? The GP used to be so well respected, like just so well respected, when we had strength at the level. But now, okay, we're not really seeing that GP, okay, the golden pocket, be as well respected. Now we're starting to see the area between the 0.618 and the 0.786 respected, okay, rather than the golden pocket, right? And the reason why is because Bitcoin is, of course, maturing, right? We're seeing Bitcoin mature. And as more people are coming into this market and starting to trade this market, and more people are getting an understanding of these technical tools, right? They become a little bit less powerful. Okay, they do become a little bit less powerful, and that's why I started to introduce the 0.786. And I mean, like a year and a half ago, I wasn't looking at the 786. Okay, I was looking at the GP, but then I started to realize, okay, we're actually losing the GP. Okay, we're actually losing the golden pocket a lot of these times, but we're still like we're then losing it, but then reclaiming it. Okay, and then we're seeing price continue higher, or in the vice versa, we're seeing price continue lower. Okay, and then I started to bring up the other fibs, right? And the 786 for me, right, was a level that we saw price actually pull back to, tap perfectly, and then rise. Okay, exactly like yeah, I've lost it now, but exactly like that long trade. Was it from the long from 41,000? I'll be able to spot it pretty quickly, I think, because it's got that white border. I remember that because yeah, my dog spilt water on my laptop, and yeah, the screen went black, so I had to take that to the guy to go and fix it. Here, yeah, what was it? Yeah, so here, what did we do? We perfectly respected the 786. We perfectly respected it. Okay, and then what did we see? Right, we saw price reclaim. Okay, that GP. Right, so this, like, again, going back to like a few years ago, year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was just looking at the golden pocket, right? But then I started to realize over time, just over like experience, okay, and over just like literally looking at the charts, time in the markets, okay, I started to realize, right, we're losing this a lot of the time, but then reclaiming it, okay. Then I started to pull up other fibs, and then I realized, okay, the 786 is actually being really well respected on retracements, like really well respected, right? Because what I used to look for is I used to look for absorption into the golden pocket, right? But then we stopped seeing that, and we started to see absorption into the 786. Okay, so that's initially why I started to um integrate that 786. Okay, so the 786 is just a very powerful level now. Because a lot of people aren't looking at it, right? A lot of people aren't looking at it. What are a lot of people looking at? A lot of people are looking at the GP, and I mean they're not wrong for doing so, but we're not seeing it as well respected as it used to be. So we have to adapt to that, and that's how I've kind of adapted to it. Um, I have a godly bearish bat. Monday X at 1st of July. Did I think it wasn't this one that you were looking at? No, because I remember you were looking at this harmonic here. Where are we? Where are we? Here. So you're looking at 1st of July. A at 53, so the low. B 7th. Where we go in 7th. Yep, and then we're going back down to the low at the 58. Are we? On the 8th, you said. 7th, the 8th, and then D at the 886. So let's go to the 886. It's like 63-ish. Yeah, that looks good. It's a little bit constricted, but initially, it looks good. Might be easier to look at it on a smaller time frame. Initially it looks good, and again, this is kind of I've been looking for 63 as well. So yeah, this if this plays out, that would be really, really nice, right? That would be really nice if we can see this play out. Okay, take us up to 63. I would really like that. It's really good for the long trade, right? And then that actually takes us into, where would that take us into? Yeah, perfectly. That would perfectly take us into value area low, like perfectly. 1 hour time frame. We were looking at it. Yeah, so yeah, it's less constricted here. That's better way to look at it, of course. Yeah. But yeah, again, if that can take us up to value area low, great. Great. So yeah, let's hope this plays out, right? We come up to value area low. That's going to be, of course, great for the long trades that we are in. So yeah, that would be absolutely amazing if we can see that play out. So yeah, it's just patience. It's just patience. Now, again, the market's really uncertain at this moment in time. Again, like we can be looking at these patterns and they're great, right? They're great, okay? And they really, really help us with our analysis, okay? But we have to also, take into consideration as well that we need the orders coming in. We need the orders coming in, and we need the stops to get triggered, whatever it may be, right? We need those coming in to actually help that price go. So yeah, if we can start seeing those longs coming in, without a shadow of a doubt, this could play out, right? And we can come up into that value area low. I hate this when the fixed range doesn't load. I don't know why it doesn't just stay on the chart. But yeah, the value area low. So yeah, that lines up amazingly. The confluence there is really really nice. Is really nice. I mean, yeah, we could be looking for a short. I don't know. We could be looking for a short at value area low. I mean, if we fail to reclaim it, we could be looking for a short there as well. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, of course, we'll have to see what happens there. Of course, we want to see. Um, we could see like a failed auction, swing failure of that, or front run of it, maybe absorption in or something. I don't know, but yeah, we'll have to see if we do see price getting up there, because of course this has acted as resistance before and we rejected off of it. To be honest, if we do come up here, I would kind of expect a reclaim of it and higher prices, but we will have to see. If we see absorption in order flow, yeah, of course, yeah. Short at 63, then stop above 64. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, literally, yeah, what I just said. Yeah, we could possibly see a short trade from there. Stop above there. Could be nice. So something like this. Exactly, and wherever we look to take that, you could kind of be targeting these lows here. Um, yeah, that could be nice, right? That could be nice. But of course, yeah, we'll have to see what the context is like up there. We'll have to see what the context is like up there. But yeah, so I always think it is a great. It is always good to, yeah, like plan out your trades in advance, right? Plan out your trades in advance, exactly like this morning, right? We planned out this short trade, okay, and we got the setup of the failed auction, the swing value pattern. Okay, then lower prices from there, right? So yeah, I think always like planning is always really really good. We planned for the long trade from down here. It didn't. The plan didn't fully um, come together because of course we didn't see all of the shorts down there. Okay, but we planned this long trade from down here, and that played out amazingly. So yeah, planning trades is always a good thing, I think, to be honest. But yeah, we want to see some movement again. We want to see some movement again. Yeah, it's just very boring at this moment in time. It is very, very boring at this moment in time. But yeah, I think, to be honest, that is everything that I want to talk about. To be honest with you, yeah, again, it's just there's nothing exciting really going on, is there? The market is just very, the market is just very uncertain at this moment in time. There's no like clear direction. It's a little bit harder to, yeah, to sort of talk about where price is going to go, right? Because we can't really grasp a direction on price at this moment in time. We can guess, right? We can guess, but that's all it is. Back here again, there was high probability that price was going to rise. I was confident in that decision that price was going to rise. I mean, this morning, okay, I was talking about this PDV setup, right? Okay, and I was quite confident this morning that we would see that. I was saying in the daily market update that I'm quite confident to see price go up to the previous day high, where the previous day value area high was. I was quite confident on that because we had absorption and we had, yeah, of course, that PDV setup. So, I was quite confident in that, right? But again, that was only a very, very, very small move, right? A very small move in comparison to, the big moves that we have seen. So yeah, I think I'll end it on that. And yeah, like Damien has perfectly put there and perfectly put earlier on in the chat as well, 50-50 where it's going to go. Yeah, at this moment in time, that's all we've got. That's the best odds we have, 50-50. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for the highest probability setups, right, where we have the highest odds. Okay, but you know, here we just don't have that. We don't have the highest odds. I'm confident on the bearish bat could take us to 43k. Yes, yeah. You know, we all have our, you know, we all have our yeah, our patterns that we are confident on at this moment in time. That is the pattern that you are confident on as well. And to be honest with you, you know, I say this as well. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see 43k whatsoever. And yeah, it would just be amazing to get price down there as well. We can start buying. We can start getting in some really nice long trades. You know, loading up on some big long trades. Okay, exactly like I was, and exactly like I just showed you back down at 41,000 and 51,000. You know, it'd be amazing to get some long trades you know, on from down there. But yeah, let's see how that plays out, Damien. Let's see how that plays out. And yeah, let's see if we can get that big long trade from 43. That would be absolutely amazing if we do. But other than that, you know, right now we just have to remain patient and wait to see. Wait to see what happens, right? So yeah, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And of course, thank you very much for putting your input into the chat, Damien. It's always good to hear from you and always good to hear what your thoughts on the market are. So thank you very much for that as well. So yeah, of course, I will be back tomorrow for Friday's live stream. But other than that, I will see you there. And for any visionary members, I will see you over on the Discord and, of course, the daily market updates that we do have tomorrow. So, yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a lovely